Okay, good to see a little clip of the Germans there. Expect big things from them. Always a lot of things expected from the Germans in the K4. Unfortunately for the women, of course, in the K4, they've a little bit of work to do there, just missing out in the previous race. This, though, the turn of the men. We've got another Canadian crew here. Over in lane 1, that's Nicholas Matviv, Pierre Poulin, Laurent Lavigne and Simon McTavish. Alongside them from Slovakia, Balázs, Misak, Zalka and Botek. A couple of changes since the Tokyo Olympics when they picked up a bronze medal, but no doubt they will be strong. Spisar, Sloof, Zavrel and Havel, bronze medalists at the World Championships for the Czech crew, always there or thereabouts in the crew boats. Then we've got Renschmidt, Liebscher and Lemke, all the Olympic gold medalists from Tokyo, but Ronald Roy having retired, they've put in Jakob Schopf, who's no slouch himself, so watch for the German crew, quite possibly fighting it out with the Spanish here, who were the silver medalists in Tokyo. Sol Craviotto, flag bearer for Spain a few Olympics ago. Carlos Avarello, Marcus Cooper was the Olympic champion way back in 2016, and Rodrigo Gamad, so watch for the Spanish. Polish, Stepan Grabowski, Witak and Michalski in 6. Then we've got Ukrainians, who are the World Championships. Kukuruk, Danielenko, Trunov and Semkin. Watch out for the French. Berger, Beaumont, Olympic silver medalist in the K1 200 meters back in 2016 for the 40-year-old. Koch and de Courchemont. New coaching setup in France means that they may well threaten, and they did pick up a bronze medal in Poznan. And then rounding it up with the fast-starting Portuguese, Ribeiro, Baptista, Silva and Varela. 8th place, made the final at the Tokyo Olympics for the Portuguese. They will be nearest your pictures. These K4s in this 500-meter event, it was a new event for Tokyo, very, very successful event for Tokyo. We'll see it once again in Paris. That's not in these paddlers' minds. What is in their mind is trying to execute the best race possible. Here for the final in the K4 500 meters at the World Championships here on Lake Bannock in Canada. The pink boat of the Germans, not always the quickest starters. They've got away well, right next to them, stroke for stroke. As we've seen this season is the Spanish. Spanish were the silver medalists in Tokyo, remember. The Germans were the gold medalists. Don't discount the Ukrainians. They're the World Championships. They won in Poznan in Poland. They're in lane 7. The distinctive yellow and blue just to the left of your picture. In fact, right in picture now. Extremely well drilled. It's been a tough season for the Ukrainians, but this K4 have been scintillating. So the French with a little bit of work to do. It looks like the early pace going with the Poles. The Spanish are up there in the white boat, middle of your picture. We've got the Germans as well. Expect the Germans to pick it up. They're through halfway, and now we've got the final 250 meters to go. So Spain pick up the stroke rate once again. They've lifted it. They're putting the Germans under pressure. The Germans have got a lot to do. We're in the red boys. That means the final 100 meters. These paddlers can barely see. The paddles are going around 130 strokes a minute. The spray is making it very difficult to see, but it looks like Spain are gritted teeth. They're holding on. The Germans are coming quickly. It's going to be Spain. It's going to be Germany. It's going to be Ukraine who take the medals. Quite which order for the silver and bronze, I'm not sure, but certainly a great effort from the Spanish crew there. Craviotto, Arevalo, Cooper and Gamard. What a crew. And what a race that was. Germans with a little bit to do, but they were pushing and pushing towards the end, and almost took the gold away from the Spanish.
And to win such a race is not having only the best race plan. It's not having the best synchronicity. It's a bunch of different things that make it happen. And we saw from the Spanish crew such an amazing race. And they put everything, every single thing was ready for this exact event.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? Really interesting, you know, looking to execute the plan. But of course, also things happen in a race as well, and you've got to be able to respond to those. And perhaps they're doing all those things, as you said, right. And look at the gritted teeth there of Sol Craviotto in the front, multi-Olympic medalist, but he knows all about technique, but he also knows what grit and determination is needed to just hold on when you've got your nose in front. So let's just see if we can clear up the results here. We've got Spain, no doubt about them in gold. We got Ukraine charging late. Maybe the Germans just ahead of the Ukrainians. There we go. Looking at that, look at the top of the picture. Just looking at the Canadians there, Laurence, you know, they weren't in the medals, but very, very close. And in fact, all 9 boats there, pretty close to each other.
They did great. I'm super proud of them. And the Ukrainian also, having mentioned, like you said, all the different, the difficult year they have had, I'm super proud of them too.
Yeah, I think everyone feels that way about the Ukrainians. They've been really well adopted over here in Canada. So 1:20 from Spain there. That's a quick time. They take the gold. Germany have to settle this time round with the silver. Ukraine in the bronze, and hopefully we'll get a word from one of the Spanish paddlers with Ross.
You can see what this means to them and how hard that was. Congratulations. Well done, world champions. How was the race? Tell us about the race.
Sí, ha sido una muy buena carrera, nos hemos encontrado muy bien. La carrera ha sido un poquito dura debido al viento en contra, pero bueno, hemos tenido muy buenas sensaciones y al final hemos conseguido ganar.
Well done, congratulations.
Well, really interesting just to see what it takes out. You've got 80 seconds worth of racing there. It's not a long period of time, but it just takes out so much from these paddlers. They give everything. It's